Hello and welcome on the another showcase of the game I have made. I designed a game called Salvage. It consists only of 54 cards, and I tried to make a game that's like like a standard deck of cards, but there is a lot of game inside that little deck. So the main story here is we have this big ship called USCG Erebus, which is a planet survey vessel, as you can see on this one of these cards. And you were on assignment to on another planet, like you were on the mining assignment, and something happened to the ship. It got like infected with a strange disease, or we don't know what happened, like aliens. And you lost all contact, and you're coming back to see what's going on. Finding the old crew is now like cyborgs and flesh and all kind of bad stuff. Well, it's basically a horror survival game. So I'm just gonna quickly go over it. I'm gonna play a few turns to show how the game works. What we have here is the player board is actually consistent on two cards. I can unlock them and show you. They look like this. And one part is showing your energy because you're inside a special suit that is made for mining. It's like a robotic suit. It has some abilities. All right. So one part is showing the energy that you use when you're using some actions, and one part is showing your health. Also, you have a limited oxygen supply. The whole ship is like suffering the compression, and there is no oxygen on it, so you will have to go through it and pick up these power cubes, which are going to be placed on these red spots. And when you pick all the power cubes, you have to get back to the hangar bay and leave the ship. That's basically your job, what you need to do. Well, the game is called Salvage because during the game you're going to pick up all kind of parts of the ship and try to salvage as much as you can to basically you need points to win also. So each power cube is 5 points, and some cards have a salvage value. I'm going to show that as we go, but let's do the setup and let me show what you have here. So as you can see, this little player board uses 3 cubes, just so you can track these: one for energy, one for health, one for oxygen. On these 3 cards we have the ship, which actually these cards are double-sided, so you can have a different things. You can have a different these little locations where you have to pick the power cubes. Here we have the location cards, 7 of them. They come shuffled and face down, but the main airlock is always the first location where you're going to start. And yeah, let me roll that correctly. Okay. In here is a event deck and counter deck. Actually, there are some events, some obstacle cards, and some monsters inside. There are 34 cards that are connected to this ship. And here are your action cards. There are 8 of them, and you'll see how they work. Basically, each round you're gonna draw some cards and you're gonna have some actions to do, and you're actually doing some little of deck building with the cards you already have, because as you discard the cards, as you use them and discard, you don't reshuffle your deck, you just flip it and then use it again. So first thing, basically this is a setup. You set your oxygen levels and energy and health. You shuffle your action deck and draw 3. So let's do that. You set the main airlock as your starting location, and you always start in the hangar bay. Oh, but before you do that, we're gonna take all the locations, shuffle them, and pull 2. Okay, now if we check these cards, there are some letters here like D and F. So you're gonna check these cards and you're gonna flip them. So this will go to D and this will go to F. You see these little letters here. So as you can see, its power cubes are now set on the different parts of the ship. I'm just gonna lock this down on the tabletop simulator. So I'm gonna place power cube on the bridge, one in the medical, and one in the engine room. So this is where I need to get and collect these cubes. So right now I have to think, should I first go to the engine room, which is really far away because I need to get back, or should I go to medical and then maybe to bridge and take the engine room last? I'm gonna probably do it like going to medical. Alright, after you set up the ship, you find your airlock, because that's where you always start. Here it is, main airlock. Set this as your current location. We reshuffle the rest of the location again, face down. So this is where we start, main airlock. And let me explain what we have here. This is a location card. It also has a salvage points, because when you pass the location you're going to get this card as your points. And also once you pass the location you don't have to like do these see this little number here with the 3 and a little like a star up here. Well, let me use the zoom. Okay, so this is like your how many cards you need to pass, like progress to pass the location. Recharge value is used when you have to recharge your energy back up, and some locations have some special ability, like this says when you leave this location, bury all enemies from your threat zone. I'm gonna explain how that works. Right now you just need to know that this is your starting location. Alright, and we are set to go. Now the game goes to some phases, but before I go into that, let's see what kind of the action cards we have here. So each action card has the 2 options you can do on the card. Also each action card has this this is how much energy you're gonna cost to do. So like this recharge costs 0, but the attack costs 2, and this attack costs 3. So if you check this recharge action, you can see I can discard 1 encounter card to use the current location recharge value plus 2 more energy, or I can salvage 1 upgrade to fully recharge. There are some upgrades you can put on your suit, like you can see from this and this side. I can place some upgrades like this on the side of my cards. Alright, so let's go through the phases. So the first phase is always the encounter phase. When you're gonna pull 1 card, gonna flip it. If it has any when revealed things, we're gonna resolve it, and we're gonna deal with the card using our actions. Then we go to the action phase, like that's when we use our cards. After the action phase we have the enemy phase. So if you have any living enemy in front of you, they're gonna attack you, they're gonna activate. Then we have a salvage phase where you can actually discard 1 of your action cards if you have any, to salvage whatever is in the discard pile. So I can actually show you. So for instance, oh, here's the one really bad enemy. So as you can see on the bottom of the card, this enemy has salvage 3 options. So basically if he's on the discard, I can discard any of my action cards to put him in my salvage queue. That's like points to me at the end of the game. But also we need to be careful how much, also these salvage points are used for some other effects. But we need to be careful, because when we have to reshuffle the deck, we lose 1 oxygen. So the more you reshuffle the deck, the faster you're gonna lose oxygen. Now there are some cards that can help you with that, but yeah, you need to watch out what you do in this game. Let's just reshuffle this. Alright, so after the salvage phase, we go to the recharge phase, when you can recharge any energy you spend. So for instance, if I spend like 3 energy, I'm gonna check my recharge ability here on the main airlock, which is 2. I'm gonna get back 2 energy and everything is fine. Now the problem with this is not all locations are giving you like recharge too. Some are by more just lower, and you need to watch out how you spend your energy on and on what. After the recharge phase, also during the recharge phase, you're gonna draw back 3 you're gonna discard any cards you don't want to use. If you don't have any cards, you just take a deck, flip it back like this, so it's facing down, and you're gonna draw back to 3 again. So yeah, let's go through one turn or two to show you how the game works. So the encounter phase, I'm gonna draw 1 card, and I have this a screamer. This is the enemy card. So let's use a zoom to explain what we have here. So the screamer, this is his health. He has 3 points of health. This is how much damage it's gonna do if it's still alive at the end of my turn. It is a small creature and it has a surge, so I'm gonna draw another card. Also, it has ability. It says if ventilation shaft is attached to the current location, because there are some events and obstacles that can attach to the location. So whenever I destroy a screamer, it is buried instead. Now buried in this game means it's gonna go on the bottom of the deck. It's not gonna die, it's gonna go on the bottom of the deck. Also, some of the enemies have this like a little skull. That's like the special ability that this activates whenever I have to draw cards to resolve the attack. If you check, let me see. If you check this attack here with the plasma gun, it says I inflict 3 damage plus 2 cards. Now you probably noticed that all the cards on the bottom has these little icons here. So some of the icons actually could have damage on them. But like if I draw this card during the attack, it would activate any ability of the enemies with the skull. So in this case, ready all lurking enemies. I'm gonna explain lurking enemies if we get any during a game. Alright, so since the screamer has a surge, I need to draw another card, and lucky me, it is a power upgrade. So these upgrades, you can install them on your suit, left or right, and you can see on the bottom of the card it says discard 1 action card to attach this upgrade. Now this upgrade gives me, it says gain +1 energy after using your recharge action, so I can recharge more, or I can gain 2 if there are no enemies in my threat zone. So this will keep my power up if I use this upgrade. Well, I will do that. I'm gonna discard my recharge option and I'm gonna install my upgrade here. And then let's see. So I have this really powerful attack that uses 3 energy, inflicts 4, or I can remove 1 door obstacle of value. So this is like a fusion cutter, it can cut through doors. Or I can use this attack, but this attack is a little problematic because as you can see I can inflict 3 damage, but I also have to draw 2 cards and they're gonna either add more damage or they're gonna activate also the special ability of the monster. But if I don't do that, the screamer's just gonna deal me 2 damage. Now this damage meter can go up to here, and you can even use power as your health. The problem is if these cubes ever touch each other or overlaps, you immediately die, and that's the game over. Also, if you lose all oxygen, you also die. So we are a bit on a timer, and we have to be careful how we consume energy and how much damage we take. But I think, let me see, my other option is to bury 1 enemy from my threat zone with the skull effects and then suffer just 1 damage. Well, I don't care about this special ability because we don't have any lurking enemies right now. So I'm just gonna use my attack. That's gonna cost me 2 energy. It's gonna inflict 3 to this guy, but I also have to draw 2 more cards. And you can see on the bottom I have 2 more damage, so that's actually 5 damage. This goes to the discard, and this is actually how you shut this deck down. And you know, when you have to reshuffle, you also lose oxygen, so we need to be careful about that. But this enemy is now dead, it goes to the top. Alright, so that was the action phase. Enemy phase, I don't have any enemies. Now we go to the salvage phase. Do I want to something to salvage? So I can actually take this as my salvage. It gives me 1 point, so I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to discard this action. I'm going to take this enemy as my 1 salvage point. After that we have a recharge phase. we check the recharge option on the main airlock. It's 2. I'm gonna get 2 energy back. Also, I would get plus more, but I can't go more than this. And lastly, we have a travel phase. So if I manage to get enough cards to travel through the main airlock, and then you'll see how that works. I'm gonna probably get some exploration cards from this deck. Then I can travel to another location. But the problem is, to be able also to travel to another location, I have to reveal it. So this deck needs to be somehow, cards from this deck needs to be revealed, and you'll see how that works. Anyway, during a recharge phase, I also get 3 new cards. And here's the cards that I was talking about, these Explorer cards. So as you can see, I can discard 1 encounter card, so one of these, to search top 2 cards of the location deck for my next destination. That's how I can find the medical or crew quarters, because that's where I maybe want to go. Those are the ones are connected. Well, I probably want to go to medical. And let's continue. So again, encounter phase, get 1 encounter cards, and it's another screamer. So he has a surge. Gonna draw another one, and here's the ventilation shaft. So this is the event card, and you just, when revealed, you do the stuff that is written on the card. It says, attach ventilation shaft to the current location. As long as this event is attached when you draw a lurking enemy, he immediately attacks. At the beginning of the recharge phase, I may spend 2 salvage points to discard the ventilation shaft. So this will attach to my main airlock. So there are some ventilation shafts to the main airlock. Alright, so now the screamer, as you can see, if the ventilation shaft is attached, I can't kill it. I just can't bury it. Well, that's not too bad. Alright, the thing is, I can kill it right away without any problem. Now, you can see on this card on the bottom it says, bury 1 exhausted enemy from your threat zone. How do you exhaust enemies? Well, if you attack an enemy and you don't manage to deal enough attacks, for instance, this screamer has 3 health, and if I just do like 1 or 2 damage to him, he will not get destroyed, he will just get exhausted like this. So during the enemy phase, he's just gonna stand up, he's not gonna attack me. So sometimes it's good if you can like exhaust the enemy so it can't attack you. But I can actually use this hard blow and kill this enemy without any problem. That's 3 damage, and I need 3 to kill it. So I'm gonna use 2 energy, kill this little guy, and then let's see. I'm gonna probably use this exploration card. It says, if there are no enemies in your threat zone, I can add up to 2 cards from the encounter discard pile to the current location. So let's see how that works. So I'm gonna basically walk through the main airlock. So that's gonna cost me 2 energy, and this is the deck from which I'm adding the cards. So I'm gonna get 1, I'm gonna get 2. You place them faced down under your current location. So that's 2 cards I have here, and as you can see, I need 3. I need 3 cards to be able to travel, and that's basically the last phase where you can travel during the round. Now I can also use this, and I think I'm gonna probably use it, although it's gonna cost me lots of energy, but I have this thing, and it's gonna give me +2 because there are no enemies in my threat zone. So yeah, I'm fine with this. I'm gonna use this card, that's 2 more energy, and I'm gonna use the top option. Oh wait, I can't, but I can add a card from this card pile. Okay, so I'm gonna add 1 more card to this card pile, so I have enough to travel, but I can't travel because I need to find either medical or crew quarters. So I'm gonna linger a little bit more until I find either one of these. You'll see. But it's not gonna be soon. It's gonna probably be on my next rounds, because as I said, as you discard these cards and you use them, that's how you form this deck here. So when I flip it, the sequence of the cards and how they're gonna come up is gonna change. Anyway, I use all my cards, so I use recharge value of 2 from this location, 1, 2, and because there are no enemies, I get 2 more. You can already see that I'm right now a bit lower with the energy, but it's fine. Okay, I'm draw 3 another cards. I have only 2, so as I said, we don't shuffle with this, we just flip it and continue drawing up 3. Alright, another enemy. Oh, this one is a bit bigger. It's a grabber. It's a medium creature. It says at the beginning of the enemy phase, if grabber is ready, discard 1 action card or lose 2 energy. So he basically is gonna make me use my energy. Well, he's grabbing you and you have to struggle. Also, he has a special ability. If you have less than 3 action cards in your hand, I suffer 2 damage. He's Salvage 1. So let's see what I can do. Well, here's a problem. I don't have a card that can deal with him. Like this stomp action is good with the small enemies, but he's a medium enemy. As you can see, he's a medium. So if I want to exhaust him, or maybe kill him if I'm lucky, I can inflict 2 damage plus 2 cards to 1 enemy in my threat zone. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try to stomp him a bit. So he's gonna take 2 damage and I draw 2 cards, so let's see how much more. Oh, that's more than enough. So 2, 4, 6 damage. 6 damage to him and he's dead. Alright. Now I have a recharge and I have a rest. I think I'm gonna use my recharge. So discard 1 encounter card to use the current location recharge value plus 2. That's gonna recharge me completely. Also, I forgot this cost me 1 energy. But do I want to do that? No. Now I'm just gonna discard these cards. I'm not gonna use any of them. Oh wait, but I'm gonna use one of them to salvage. So a bit more of the salvage points. So now I have 2. Okay, recharge phase. This will go 2 and then plus 2 more because I don't have any enemies. So I'm back to my full power. I get 3 new cards. But I still can't travel. Alright, let's go to the next round. Ooh, there's a big enemy, large creature, and this has a keyword vicious, which means whenever I attack it, no matter if it's exhausted or dead, it's gonna deal me 1 damage. As long as this enemy is in your threat zone, you can't use your action cards with explore keywords, so basically I can't move through the location until I kill him. Also, it has a special ability, draw 1 encounter card. If it has a salvage value, suffer that much damage. Alright. So he's 6 to kill, but I have a lots of attacks cards right now. So I can use this 3 and I can use this 4 together. It's gonna cost me a lot of energy though. But I think I have a better idea. I'm gonna use this. It's gonna cost me 2 energy. And it says bury 1 enemy from your threat zone that has a skull effect, then suffer 1 damage. So I'm gonna do that. He has a skull effect. I'm gonna take 1 damage. But it's gonna get buried, it's gonna get on the bottom of the deck. Alright, so I know the next card is gonna be exploration cards. Do I want to keep one of these attacks? I think I'm gonna keep fusion cutter. I'm gonna discard this. I'm not sure, I'm not gonna salvage anything right now. So, no enemies, I recharge back. Draw cards, here my exploration cards. And again we have the nest. Now here's the deal. The main airlock can only have maximum 2 attached cards. So this nest will attach to the main airlock. So I found a nest, I guess. When revealed, attach nest to the current location. As long as this event is attached, When you draw an enemy with a surge ability, you must discard one progress card or suffer one damage. During your action phase, I can discard 2 action cards to salvage nest. So this will go directly to my salvage if I do that. But that's gonna cost me 2 action cards. Okay. Maybe I should have done this during my last recharge phase. But now it's too late. But I'm gonna probably travel through this location, so it's not going to mine. Because when you travel, you just discard all the cards to the discard pile. You get the location, and you go to the second location. Okay, so let's see. I need to find. So I need to find my next location first. So I'm gonna do this. Explore. It's gonna cost me 2 energy. It says discard 1 encounter card to search top 2 cards from the location deck. So I'm gonna discard this. Oh, damn. And this. So I can search top 2 location cards. So let's see. We have the option Breach. Sorry, my mouse is scrolling button is a little broken. And Hydroponics. So I didn't find my next location. Too bad. This goes on the bottom of the deck. So the next time I'm gonna be more lucky, I guess. Do I want to remove the ventilation shaft? That's the question. Or this. No, I think I'm gonna discard these 2 action cards to remove the nest. Okay. So recharge phase. I can't salvage anything. This will be fully recharged. Get 3 more cards. New event is Crawler. If you reveal Crawler while on dark location, it immediately performs its attack. Well, this location isn't dark, doesn't have that keyboard, but there is a ventilation shaft which says when you draw a lurking enemy, he immediately attacks. So I'm gonna take 2 damage. Now, this is not a lurker actually. This is just a small creature. Well, lucky me. By the way, lurkers, enemies with a lurker ability, when you reveal them, they go face down. You to be able to attack them first, you need to attack them first to reveal them, and then you need to attack them again to either exhaust them or kill them. So they're a little harder to destroy. But this is just a small creature, so it's not that bad. But it's 3. Oh, well, that is a small creature, so I can use my Stomp. Discard 1 action card to destroy 1 small enemy in your threat zone. Yep, I'm gonna discard my Rest and use this for 1 energy and just, stomp the guy. On the end of my phase, I'm gonna discard this. Recharge phase, this will go back, and I get 3 more cards. Okay. Alright, so I need to search a bit more. I have enough cards to pass location, just need to find either medical or crew quarters, which could be on the top of these decks. But let's see the new event. It is the Hunter, and he is the Lurker. When revealed, ready each lurking enemy in your threat zone. I don't have any, but because of the ventilation shaft, as you can see, he's gonna immediately attack. So I'm gonna take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And he goes face down. Alright. Now let's see. Now let me just check. He was 4 health. I think I'm gonna leave it as it is, because here's the deal. If I manage to travel on the end of this phase, it says when you leave this location, bury all enemies from your threat zone. So he's gonna get buried if I just, travel. But to be able to travel, I need to find either medical or the crew quarters. Alright, so I can use my explore, which is 2 energy, to discard 1 encounter card. Oh, nice, that was an ambush. And search top 2 cards from the location deck. So here's the engineering and the medical. Alright, so engineering goes to the bottom, and medical is my next location, because that's one of the power cubes I need to find. Alright, so salvage phase. Do I want to salvage some stuff? Okay, I think I'm gonna use one of my attacks to salvage this. Actually, wait, that doesn't have any salvage value. No, but during my recharge phase I'm gonna spend 2 salvage to remove the ventilation shaft. Oh wait, why am I doing that? No. I don't have to do that, because when I travel it's just gonna go away. So yeah, let me see, do I want to keep any cards? I'm gonna keep both of these cards. So I'm gonna recharge back to 2, and then I'm gonna travel. So all the cards gonna get into this card pile. This is gonna get buried. I get the location, which is like 2 salvage points, but I'm gonna keep it like this. So right now I know if I want to get to this location, I don't have to like get all the 3 progress cards on it to be able to pass through it. I just like go from one connected space to another, because now it's like, you know, explored and revealed, and you don't have to do that again. And I'm gonna get to medical. Now I don't get this power cube right away. I actually need to pass the whole location to get the power cube. Alright, let's see what medical has. So it also needs 3 or more progress depending on the obstacle cards or the event cards. It's quarantined, which means every door obstacle attached to this location has +2 to its progress value. Alright, so if we get any doors, it's gonna add more cards to the progress value we need to get. Okay, let me get my card. Also, if you notice, recharge value of this location is only 1, so I only get back 1 energy. Alright, so let's do a few more turns. Another ventilation shaft. So they're going to attach. As you know, any lurking enemies I reveal is going to attack me right away. Alright, so let's start going through this medical. Let's start exploring. So I'm gonna spend 2 energy, 1, 2, to add 1 card from a discard pile to this. Right now I just need 3, but it can change because some obstacle cards like doors or debris can add to this number, like 2 or 3. Well, if it's a door, it's gonna add maybe even more, because it's gonna have +2. I think I'm gonna keep these. Okay, since I'm gonna recharge 1, but then I'm gonna recharge +2 because of my power upgrade, I don't have to be worried about my energy that much. I really have a good upgrade here. I'm gonna keep all these cards. I'm gonna just add another one. Okay, lots of attack. And let's see. Oh, another upgrade, damage upgrade. So if I do this, I get +1 to every attack action, and after I destroy one enemy in my threat zone, I can even recharge 1 more. Ooh, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna discard my plasma gun, and I'm gonna upgrade here. That's gonna be my damage upgrade. And by the way, this is the maximum upgrade I can have. If I want more upgrades, I will have to like remove some of these. But I think this is a good combo because now I'm not going to have any problems with the energy. Let's just hope I will not get many enemies when I don't have attack cards. Alright, so let's do one more turn and I'm gonna finish it off. So yeah, just flip this card. Do I want to salvage? I think I want to, well, this is the beginning of the recharge phase. It is the beginning of a recharge phase. So I can spend 2 salvage points. Yeah, I'm gonna spend these 2. This is 1. And this is 1. I'm gonna spend these 2 salvage points to remove the ventilation shaft. And then I'm gonna use one of card to get 1 salvage. I recharge it. Okay. I'm gonna get 2 new cards. Oh, rest. Discard 2 action cards to heal 2 or salvage 1 upgrade to heal 4. So basically I can take upgrade and put it in my salvage. The problem is they are gone. I mean, they're not worth any points. They just, you know, I'm gonna basically lose completely that upgrade. But I can heal up to 4 hit points. That could be, or I can wait a bit and maybe have a chance to heal when there are no enemies. But let's see what we'll get. So that's an ambush. It says when revealed, ready all lurking enemies in your threat zone. I don't have any. Then discard 1 action card and suffer 1 damage. So 1 action, I have to discard 1. So I'm not going to be able to rest anyway. Unless, no, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to discard this and suffer 1 more damage. Ooh, this is now problematic. I know that I said at the beginning that you can pass with the health in the energy. You actually can't. I totally forgot. But you can use your health as your energy. So this can go like this, but my health can't go past this line. So for instance, if I get 2 more damage, I'm gonna die. So I need to do some healing soon. Alright, what can I do? Not much. So I guess I'm just gonna get a new card. And let's go to the encounter phase. Butcher. So he's medium creature and has vicious 1, so he can deal me 1 damage even if I kill him. If there is another butcher in your threat zone, you can't exhaust this creature. Okay, he's a medium, so I can't stomp him. So I can use fusion cutter. He has only 4 health. Yeah, gonna use fusion cutter. It's gonna cost me 3 energy. This is actually, because I have +1 damage, this is actually 5 damage, so he's definitely dead. But and I can recharge 1 whenever I kill the enemy, and that is that. Do I want to salvage him? Yeah, I'm gonna use my recharge to salvage him. I'm gonna leave my stomp. Recharge is 1. It's okay. Okay, let's see. So now I can do some exploring, I guess. Well, we'll see. Corpse, event card. When revealed, you may discard 1 progress card to recharge 3 energy or spend 2 salvage points to search 5 cards of the encounter deck for 1 upgrade. I don't think I'm gonna do any of that because I'm perfectly satisfied with these upgrades, so I'm just gonna discard this. And now some exploring. Let's try to pass this medical as fast as possible. So first of all, if there are no enemies in my threat zone, I can add 2 cards from the encounter deck. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna do that. It's gonna cost 2 energy. So 2 cards gonna go here. Okay, I already had 3, more than enough to pass. Now I just need to find my next location, which could be probably hydroponics, or I can get to hangar bay and go to the crew, but I think I'm gonna go for the hydroponics. So it says, oh, I have to exhaust one enemy to search top 2 cards. I can't do that. Well, in that case, I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna discard this. So salvage phase, I'm not gonna salvage anything. I'm gonna recharge 1 and then more because I don't have any enemies. Man, I had to heal somehow. And draw 2 new cards. Alright. So let's see. Quarantine door. Okay, so these are those obstacle cards I was telling you about. And how thematic quarantine door and medical is under quarantine. So it's going to attach to the medical. Now as you can see, quarantine door have 3 progress plus 3, so now this location I need 6 cards here to progress. Although there are some cards that can help me out to destroy these doors, you know, like that fusion cutter I have. But the problem is, it says any door obstacle attached to location has +2 to its progress value. So this is actually 5 plus 3. Now I need 8 cards to progress. So going through medical is not going to be that easy. And you can already see that this deck only have 14 cards left. So as I reshuffle this deck, I'm probably reshuffle until I manage to pass the medical. I'm gonna lose 1 oxygen. Yeah, this will be interesting. But by the way, I'm gonna leave this on the cliffhanger. Now you know how the game works. As you can see, it can last a lot longer than you could expect from these games. I mean, just 54 cards. Who would expect you can play this for probably an hour and 2, and maybe not finish all the objective, or probably could die. But yeah, you need to manage your energy, your health. You need to think through how you're gonna, which cards you're gonna discard, which cards gonna left, because that's how you build your action deck. Again, you probably noticed that I was doing it poorly last times because having 2 exploration cards, like this is a perfect thing, like some actions to attack and some exploration, but not having all your exploration cards like in your hand all the time. I did pass the main airlock, so for instance, right now if I want to travel, I can move forward. I need to find hydroponics, it's probably on top of these cards. Or I can, if I get enough of these progress cards, I can get to the hangar bay. In this case, you don't have to draw any cards from the progression because I have the main airlock. But I would have to find the crew quarter, and I have to find the engineering, pass these 2 locations, and then find the engine room. Yeah, it could take time to, as you can see, pass the location, because these obstacle cards gonna make things problematic. Although there are some cards that can actually cut through doors, but not this one. This one is now too much for me because it has a 5 strength because of the medical. Also, this has a special ability. It says after removing this obstacle, you may spend 1 salvage point to discard all enemies from your threat zone. So basically, you just close the quarantine doors behind you and all the enemies are left behind. So that's why you always need some of these salvage points, you know, to spend them. But you also need to watch for that. You don't want to take too many cards at the beginning of the game. The last in the ending, it's good because they award points, and how good did you do during the game is gonna depend how many of these power cubes you collected. Now, on the hard game which I was playing, you need all 3, but on the medium game, you can just collect 2. On an easy game, you also have to collect 2, but you need more points to pass. Yeah, so that's the Salvage. A little game, like, you know, 1 deck and you play, and you just need few cubes, and you can spend 1 evening playing this. So thanks for watching, and we'll see what next time I will design and make. So, goodbye.